Oh, hello. Welcome back to the Cosmic Delirium podcast. I am Mark Cross, joined by sounds like you're vomiting.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now because of the anxiety that's been
It's been brewing.
it's been brewing. Yeah,
You've been trifling.
it's been a long time.
You've been fucking.
I'm feeling guilty, you know.
You've been trifling, man.
I'm feeling guilty.
You got some guilty. You got some guilt in your gut.
I'm feeling real fucking guilty because
Yeah,
we
man.
made a promise last time and we broke it.
Man, it's not a promise if you have dementia. Well, we have to say.
owe an explanation.
Do we?
We do.
I don't feel
The
like
fundings were cut off.
the fundings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were cut off by the overlords.
Yeah, we can't.
We can't mention them.
We legally can't name them, or the Ukrainian military will place us on the hit list on which Elon Musk is right now.
Exactly. So we had the good reasons. We won't go into details, but
Yeah, you ain't getting shit.
But
You
we're
ain't
fi-
getting shit.
But the good thing is we're back.
We're back. I hope. I think we're back.
No promises though.
No promises. If there's a war, it'd be really funny if we went on a streak. We filmed like 10 podcasts, and we started getting followers and listeners, and then the bombs fell. We could do like a post-apocalyptic news radio channel, from the wastes.
That's possible if we still have access to the internet.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's 75th day since Ascension.
Since Ascension.
Another nuke has fallen north of Belgrade. 75,000 people estimated deaths. We're going to be giving our cooking show how to cook an irradiated rat and avoid tumors. Fun fact.
Can't.
The malign tumors in the rat, specifically in the uvula, provide the most protein. Do you think tumors provide protein?
We are definitely starting this off with the usual. So
What's the usual?
with the usual autistic remarks, that's what I meant.
mean, why do you think people listen to this? We're advertising this show as if we talk about sci-fi and shit,
Well,
but it's mostly us just doomsaying and shitting on third world countries.
listen, we kind of do talk about sci-fi stuff. But
Yeah,
it's like 5% of the podcast,
Yeah,
and I'm
well-
feeling once again guilty about that. You know,
And when we do, you shit on me because I want to fuck a robot and impregnate it.
that's exactly why we're trying to minimize the talks about sci-fi related things.
Because we figure out how deep I am down the rabbit hole of monogamous procreation.
We're trying to keep that off and isolated as much as we can. But yeah,
Yeah, that ain't happening.
tell me something, Cross.
I'll tell you a lot of things.
That's good to hear because I have a lot of questions, and I bet our two viewers from Malaysia have as much more questions than I do.
I think they have a lot of questions.
But here's a very good question that I would like to start things off. So we've been off the radar for the past.
I look like a retarded gym teacher. Please continue. In the past, we've evaded
We've been,
prosecution. Yes.
Been off the radar for 2 months, maybe 3 months.
I filmed the podcast by myself.
Yes, that stands, but this is a very, very personal and deep question.
Oh shit! I didn't do it. You got no proof. It wasn't me.
Listen, jokes aside, tell us, Mark, what did you do for the past 2 months? Very short and sweet.
I've been, dude. I've been grinding on them exams. I've been trifling. My soul's been bothered. by exams. I've been doing some writing. Not CD related though. Just some fantasy, you know, just a book. Wrote about 150, 160 pages.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is your longest running book so far, or did you have a book before that you had around like 200 pages? Or
There were attempts, but there was never an attempt this large. The furthest I went was 60 pages.
so this is officially
This is big.
the biggest piece,
The thickest.
the thickest piece,
The
of
most
work.
enormous piece of work. And I actually realized halfway through it, I'm like, wait a minute, I've done zero world building. And I've been doing that.
Well, the good thing is that you've realized that after 150 pages, but
Literally, I
so
realized,
far-
oh, you have like 70 years of history.
yeah, but so
Like,
far,
that's not enough.
yeah. So far, I mean, I've been reading the book. I already know what's happening and shit.
deep.
But as a person who is a casual reader, so I'm not, how do you say, a guy that reads like
You're not
5 books.
You're
a month.
not bookish.
Yes, I'm not a bookworm. I'm a casual reader. I read certain things when I get the inspiration to, when I just don't have anything to do in my life, I read books.
You're a very inspiring person, dude.
Thank you.
I just touched your foot sensually. The camera didn't pick that up.
But what I can tell you, so I've read it. I'm a casual reader. I've read a couple of fantasy books, sci-fi books, philosophical books,
The Torah,
the Torah. But
the Talmud.
in this 150 pages so far, the world building wasn't lacking. It wasn't there. You did mention a couple of things here.
There's no depth.
There's no depth.
There's
But
no
to be
depth.
completely honest, the scene has been set up perfectly. You can add a couple of things here and there. But so far, I'm impressed. It's very
Thank you.
fucking good. I
Thank
told
you.
you this before. I'm making it official on the podcast as well. The book is fucking good. No, I'm not sure.
Don't overhype it.
I'm not overhyping
People
it.
think, oh my god, this better be fucking good when it comes out.
Yeah, to people from Malaysia, we won't disappoint you.
If anything's left of it in the next 20 years when I finish it.
But you've been writing a book, 150 pages. Huge,
Yeah.
huge achievement.
Huge book. The greatest book.
Aside from that, tell us something else. Like, world building is now your key focus. You started delving deep in the world.
Deeper.
Created.
Deeper.
But aside from that, what can you say? What can you say to the people that listen? to
The
this?
people-
What did you do? What did you do in these 3 months?
I masturbated a lot. And it's, I gotta stop, dude. I gotta stop.
Listen, No Nut November is around the corner.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll last for a week. I won't do the month. It's fucking 4chan, dude. We've been doing some exploring, some internet exploring. Me and V.
In my defense,
No, there's no defense.
In my defense-
It's a shitty defense.
your
defense is
I
a
wasn't-
broken, moss-covered wooden tower shield.
I wasn't that deep into it. I
Uh-huh.
believe it or not, I haven't touched that accursed website for about 2 to 3 weeks.
It's not a website. It's a home. It's a place. It's a place you go to in the dark night when you can't get enough. When you can't go to sleep, and when you want to read some horrifically racist dogma, and where you want to red pill yourself, dude. It's not even red pilling. It's mostly black pilling. They keep talking about like in 2 weeks the world is gonna end, dudes. And half of the comments are you're retarded.
Yeah.
You're fucking retarded. The world, nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens.
This is my personal opinion. So, Cross has been a frequent enjoyer of 4chan. He swore that he would never join that community, and now he's officially a part of it.
I swore a lot of things. No, I'm not part of it.
You are.
I have not made a post or a thread, as they would say. I have not made a single comment. I have not revealed my IP, nor will I.
But
until the race war in America starts.
I'll give you like two more weeks.
Then I'll pick my side.
But will you pick yours?
And will you pick the right one? You better arm yourselves, brothers.
I'm going to say something.
You better organize those neighborhood militias, brothers.
I'm gonna say
Nebraska's
something.
Looking real cold, brothers.
So one of our friend, he came around a couple of weeks ago.
One of him.
He came around a couple of weeks ago. He visited, I believe. No, he actually went. He actually came to the capital to basically go into next year into college.
He's basically homeless.
Yeah, he is basically homeless. But
He's literally homeless.
And
his mother will not speak to him.
And when he came around, he spent a couple of nights at your place. He crashed.
She filed a restraining order on him.
And that's when you started going deep into the 4chan threads.
He fucking hooked me.
Now
he's like, dude, what do you think 4chan thinks about the Ukraine war? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Let's fucking check it out. And he stayed here for like 10 days, and we had a ritual every night, 2 hours before sleep. We would read the most fucking schizophrenic threads that we could find on 4chan. There's a lot of talk about digits. I don't know what these digits are, but they're like, dude.
I can imagine this guy or this girl in their basement, but it's most likely a guy. Let's be honest. Like most of the guys, most people that.
What do you mean, the digits guy?
Yeah,
no,
I can imagine these digit fellows in their basement.
The fellows, like, the digit fellows.
The digit fellows having like maps and shit, multiple like papers strapped on the wall. Their parents literally don't visit them. They put like a food plate in front of their door like a dog.
Yeah. Or their parents, they don't even know they're fucking there. They hide in the closet.
Yeah. They just know that there is a certain existence in the basement that they must keep at bay.
They think there's a dog in the basement.
Yeah, they have to keep
Cujo.
Like they have to keep him fed.
Keep him at bay.
Keep him at bay so he doesn't go out.
Keep him suppressed.
So he doesn't go out and shoot up everyone
so,
in the neighborhood.
So he doesn't interact with society.
Exactly. So I can imagine him.
This is the life of an average white American male. Parents suppressing their children so they don't shoot up the fucking neighborhood.
And this guy is like, he has a mattress. He doesn't even have a bed. There's a mattress on the floor.
That's very generous. Even the mattress.
Cardboard.
No, there's a fucking cum rag that used to be a towel. The family towel they used to take on their vacations to Greece. And it's crusted up so much that his anorexic form molds to it when they sleep.
Cursed. But yeah.
And they have 7 AR-15s. And just a fucking stack of Mountain Dews and Bud Lights. 2.5 alcohol.
Yeah. That's definitely like how I imagine them. They're like calculating shit all day.
We just described a third of the Republican voter base. Let's be honest. You know how they call Christians on 4chan?
I'm listening.
Christ cucks. And there's like a religious war on 4chan. You've got the satanic far left, and then you got the Christ cucks. And it's always like seethe and complaining and shit.
So there's no like middle ground there.
Whatever
side you're at, you get fucked.
They call the middle ground the Jew shills. because they're trying to divide the red-pilled base. Guys, why don't we just listen? Maybe Israel's right. And you get the most rancid fucking racial slurs.
The only reason why I
How many
visited,
times
like 4chan in general, since we've talked and I said fuck this, I will never go to this website, and I couldn't sleep and I decided to visit it. And the only reason why I enjoy, like, to an extent, I haven't visited 4chan like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Sure.
But the only reason why I enjoy 4chan is because there is literally zero censorship.
No censorship.
Like, people, everyone in this world has this, like, perfect facade. Everyone is perfect. Everyone is contained.
Everyone is a little based.
Everyone is contained.
Everyone's a little racist.
Yeah.
Everyone, when they pass a homosexual person, they go, you fucking... Everyone has that, but like, fucking...
But...
or a minority.
When the world in general, like, it gets so dull because, especially when you start working, everyone is professional, trying to keep their distance.
Everyone loves everybody.
Yeah, everyone is okay with everyone.
Yeah.
Like, everyone is neutral.
Yeah.
And you sort of, you're like, okay, everyone is a fucking robot. Everyone is containing their opinions. Everyone is trying to stay neutral.
Just like the white males in their basements. Everyone is being contained.
Everyone is being contained. Yeah.
It's just that some people, due to their containment, some of them react to it by shooting up schools, and other people react to it by making their kids chop their dicks off. Or tits, you know.
But
everyone deals with it in their own human way.
Yeah, but this is the thing. So when I start losing the grasp on humanity, like, everyone is a robot. Everyone is just... Everyone molded into the system.
Everyone
is a part of the system.
Everyone's a Cyberpunk 2077 NPC.
Yeah, you go to 4chan and you see all of these rancid threads, comments, and shit.
All these fucking retards.
Yeah, these rancid threads where everyone is racist, homophobic, and shit. You're like, yeah, I mean, this is typical human behavior without any censorship. Now, I'm not saying that, it's a good thing. You can't openly do it, like, in front of other people. Everyone is a keyboard warrior these days.
I mean, you can.
But most people won't do it.
Yeah.
And
what a shame.
I'm pretty sure the 99% of these basement dwellers, they would never do such things. They never say such things out loud. But on the internet, they're off the rails. Like, it's very enjoyable watching a debate on 4chan because everyone insults everyone. Like, there is a thread,
but it's funny.
Yeah,
it's
funny.
Yeah.
Everyone is insulting everyone. So this guy is insulting this guy for being a fag. This guy who is a fag is insulting this guy for being a cuck.
You're a fag. You're a
tard.
You're a cuck.
Yeah, and
everyone's making fun of Germany.
Yeah, and as you go through it, you're like, I'm pretty sure that at the end of the day, these people went off here. And after like 50 replies, you can actually see people like having fun. It's no longer just insults. It's just them having fun and insulting each other. They went off there.
It's pretty much all insults.
Yeah, but it's... I believe that people...
It's like talking with the boys.
Yeah.
It's the gym locker room philosophical debates have moved to 4chan. But it's like a gym locker room discussion with your schizophrenic uncle who drinks a lot and claims he's been to Vietnam.
And he's never been to Vietnam.
Oh, he has, but he just went there for vacation. And he got chlamydia from one of the hookers.
In general,
oh, he's so nice, white man. Saki saki. Saki saki, no dollar. No dollar, no UN.
In general, if you've never been to 4chan,
don't
I
go.
would recommend just visiting it. Like, visit it once, see what's what
See
it's
how
all
many
about.
times you can get called a fag. That's a good thing.
You don't even have to post anything. I never post anything. He's a bigger 4chan enjoyer than I am. He never posted anything. It's just you go there, you see all of these people that are ranting and insulting each other. You take it all in. You smile. You leave.
All these creatures, these things, these vagabonds. I love them. Especially. You know how many anyone that posts or makes a comment, it shows the flag from their IP address where they're from. There's a lot of Nazi flags. I saw this fucking thread. It's just a picture of Hitler, and the name of the thread is, guys, I fucking miss him so much, guys. Fuck.
Like, yeah.
Just I fucking can't take it, man. I fucking miss him so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the first comment was, he's in Argentina, bro. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, 4chan aside, what else? What did we? So yeah, you're writing, you're world building. You're a 4chan enjoyer. You've been reading. What have you been reading?
I've been reading George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood: The History of the Targaryens, which made me a little. It's good when a book makes you insecure about your world building, because it makes you improve. And there's I think 200 pages of the book is just the reign of one guy, Jaehaerys Targaryen. He was like the alpha Chad. Before him was Maegor the Cruel. He was a bitch. He was a cruel bitch. He was like, you come to him, he's like, maybe you shouldn't kill every villager. And he's like, oh, you think so? And you're like, yeah, man. It's kind of getting fucked up out there. Oh. Takes out his sword, decapitates him. Everyone in the throne room goes, okay, fine. And turns I really like how they dealt with dragons, because usually when they portray dragons in fantasy, it's either they're completely fucking evil and they need to be the hero needs to slay them, or they're like noble and the last dragon. Oh, I have the last dragon. Guys, I'm going to unify the kingdom because I'm the long-lost son of a king that lived 50 years ago, and I'm going to unite the empire with this dragon. You know, it's that kind of fucking Jewish propaganda. But in the Game of Thrones, in its world building, it's like dragons are treated like nukes, which makes sense. And there's a lot of, minor and major lords in Westeros. They're like, fuck, man. I wish I had a dragon. Fuck. We need to marry in with the Targaryens. And that's like everybody. Except for Winterfell with the Starks.
No.
They're like, with the North. And the North is the North. We need to secure the wall.
This is a very good question. Now, I'm not a huge Game of Thrones enjoyer.
You're not huge.
When Game of Thrones first came out, the first season, not many people knew about Game of Thrones. Not maybe on the internet, but I wasn't paying that much attention. But there wasn't posts at the time on Facebook and other social media Game of Thrones, a great series.
It wasn't popping off.
Yeah. The first season came out and a handful of people in my hometown knew about it. We watched it. It was good. The second season came out a little bit more, wind kicking in, and people started appreciating the series.
A lot of people got pissed off when they killed Ned Stark.
Yeah, me included as well. I wasn't expecting that, but it happened. And I believe I started watching the third season, and after that I just dropped it, because around the third season, maybe fourth season, people started flooding again, from all all sources of society, like all layers of society. People were like, Game of Thrones, best series ever, great shit, and stuff like that.
I want to fuck Daenerys, man.
And I
want to be Khal Drogo, man.
I was immediately drawn away from the series.
No,
and
you don't like mainstream shit, huh?
I don't like mainstream shit. Like, if people say something is good, I'm gonna give it some time.
You're a fucking pretender.
I'm gonna give it some time and I'm gonna watch it.
You're a piece of shit.
Maybe I am. I'm not saying shit. Like,
it's people like it, so I won't like it now.
not I won't like it, but I won't watch it.
I don't like that. It's too cool, man.
I won't watch it simply. I'll give it some time for the series to die down.
No wonder you liked 4chan.
Now, what I wanted to add on, it's a good thing that I stopped, because later down they butchered the entire series, like down the line, the last season, right?
From the fourth season, it started going to shit.
Yeah, it's a good thing that I dropped it. Like, that's probably one of my best decisions. Dude. That's why I wanted to give it some time for shit to, cool down.
Dude, trust me. I would say read the books, but I don't know if that fat fuck is ever gonna finish them. Cause you know how many projects he's working? I think he's working on like 9 projects, and he keeps saying, "I'm still working on the Game of Thrones books."
But
don't worry about it.
This is the thing that I wanted to ask you, as a casual Game of Thrones enjoyer. And I don't have anything against the series. I just completely stopped watching after the mainstream kicked in. I'm interested because I've never delved way too deep into this shit. But do you know why the Targaryens have all of these dragons and such? I was never committed to go down the rabbit hole and figure out why the Targaryens have the power to control the dragons. Like, in the series, I recall that Daenerys found all of these dragon eggs and shit, and she sort of like became the mother of the dragons. That's why they obeyed her. But I was never that invested to like figure out, okay, so there's this family, the Targaryen family, that can't control the dragons. What's the deal with that?
There used to be a place on the southern coast of Essos, which is, you got Westeros and you got Essos. Essos is like Asia. Westeros is like bloody Britain. British, and for some reason, like, the south of Westeros is just Afghanistan.
Okay.
It's just Afghanistan filled with bronze-skinned people who are like, we will never bend. We are unbound, unbroken. Fuck you, Targaryens. Literally, that's their whole history. It's like the Targaryens try to conquer them, like, no, we will hide in the hills. You will never bend us. There's actually, like, when Aegon the Conqueror, he started conquering all of Westeros. He was the first Targaryen to start conquering Westeros. When he eventually conquered he conquered 6 of the 7 kingdoms, and the 7 was Dorne. And he sent one of his sister wives, and he had 2 wives. Both of them were his sisters. And one of them went to Dorne. I think the capital is Sunspear. I can't remember. I think it's Sunspear. She landed her dragon over there, and the whole fucking city was empty. No soldiers, nothing, just, women, children. She's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? And she went to meet with the princess, the queen of Dorne, and they called her the Yellow Toad because she was really old, obese, and yellow, I guess. I don't know. And she's like, hey, we want Dorne to surrender. And she's like, you really want that? Let me tell you something. You can go fuck yourself. She's like, if you don't surrender, we'll bring fire and blood. And the queen is like, that's the Targaryen house's words. Ours are unbound, unbroken, because we'll never break and we'll never be bound, you fucking whore. She's like, all right, bitch. We'll see about that. Flies back, comes back with an army, and it's literally Afghanistan. They to every city they went to, all the wells were fucking poisoned, all the crops were burned, everything was turned to shit. People started dying of dysentery and, not enough food, disease, not enough water. And when they were at their weakest, the Afghani fucking freedom fighters would pop up out of the hills and just throw fucking spears and arrows at them, and then they disappear. And they actually managed to kill a dragon.
But you never answer my question.
I'll answer it. Here's how the Targaryens started. On the southern coast of Essos is a place called Valyria, and it's like what are those fingers called in Greece? Thessaloniki? No,
Something like that. Like there's those fingers. I don't fucking know.
The fucking fingers. The fingers made of ground.
Greek, fingers.
The fucking Greek fingers made of ground. So
Right.
over there was Valyria, and Valyria, it started. There's a lot of fucking volcanoes over there, and there's a legend that there used to be like the first Valyrians were shepherds. So sheep fuckers, and they had purple fucking eyes and beautiful white hair, silvery hair, and I don't know, they were like shepherds, and then they settled there, and there's a lot of theories on how the dragons came about. Some say that the shepherds found dragon eggs in the fiery mountains of Valyria. Some say that down the line, as their civilization progressed and as they dabbled into sorcery, they actually created the dragons through genetic manipulation with magic and crossbreeding. Because there's a lot of stories. There's a thing. There used to be a thing called the flesh pit in Valyria, where they used to make human-animal hybrids and shit from slaves. Anyways, however it happened, they came about the dragons, and the dragons were bound to blood with the Valyrians, and they also practice blood magic, so there's probably a little bit of that too. And they grew into the most powerful civilization known to Westeros and Essos, the entire world, essentially. And they started enslaving everyone. They were fucking pieces of shit. They were fucking pieces of shit. Imagine if you had silvery white hair, purple eyes, and also Valyrians were immune to most diseases. And there was a lot of inbreeding to keep the blood pure. Imagine if you look like that in a essentially Roman age society. I'd be fucking racist too. I'd be like, fuck all of you. I'm perfect. Suck my dick. And there were like hundreds of dragons, hundreds of them, and there were just a shit ton of noble houses, and there was a shit ton of intrigue and backstabbing, and there's this concept of their sorcerers using the fires of their of the mountains, of the volcanoes, to fuel the magic of Valyria and to keep the fires at bay, so everything doesn't go to shit. And there were a shit ton of slaves down there mining and collapsing into exhaustion from heat exhaustion, and people died by the thousands every day because they went there and mined. And that's actually how one of the cults that are prevalent in the Game of Thrones books called the Faceless Men started.
Yeah.
Because the slaves prayed for death. And the first faceless man gave them the gift of death. And so they started from there, and there's a lot of theories that the faceless man actually brought the fall of Valyria by assassinating the sorcerers.
Man, listen. As I said, I'm a casual Game of Thrones enjoyer, but the faceless god and the faceless man, like the cultists.
There is only one god of death. There is only one god, and that is the god of death.
Like,
and what do we say to the god of death?
I have no fucking idea.
Not today.
In general,
That's the first sword of Bravos, man.
yeah, but in general, what I wanted to say is the concept is very fucking badass.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's very badass.
Yeah. Too bad the show took a shit on it.
The show did what it did, but I'm gonna just say that, like, I believe in the TV show, the guy's name was like Jacques something, like I can't fucking recall.
Ooh.
The guy that appeared that was saved by the girl. Well, I can't recall what her name is.
The fuck, Arya?
The girl that joins them later on. The Ghost of
Arya.
Powers. Yeah.
Arya Stark.
Yeah. That guy that first appeared, like I recall that scene where she saved him and shit, and
A man needs a name.
Exactly. It was so fucking badass. I enjoyed it.
A girl cannot give a man his own name. That's fucking gay, Arya.
But that was
The girl is being a fag.
that was very, very good. I liked it. And the concept is very good. I tipped my
And
hat.
it's really fucking expensive to hire them. It's really. I think they're
I mean,
based.
with those powers, you can pretty much fuck anybody. It's very fucking
I
disgusting.
think they're based in Bravos. They're called. I'm not sure.
I think there are, yeah, because
Like-
Arya goes there, right?
Yeah. I think they're because the Iron Bank is in Bravos. And what happened. Valyria controlled a shit ton of territories, and they even tried to establish some colonies way down south on Sithorios. And Sithorios is essentially like a completely jungle-infested eldritch Africa, and if you go there, you die. You're fucking dead. There's a Valyrian explorer that rode her dragon for like, I think, months, maybe 2 years across Sithorios, and it didn't end. It didn't end, and she had to come back. And there's like reports of giant, of massive fucking apes living there that can kill an elephant by just hitting it across the just striking it on the fucking, breaking the stem, the spine. There's reports of wyverns that hunt in packs of hundreds. And these are big ass fucking creatures, these wyverns. They're smaller than dragons, but if they hunt in the hundreds, I don't even want to fucking think about what they need, why they need the numbers, and what the fuck they're hunting if there's hundreds of them.
Yeah.
There's also a city made of black stone where this Valyrian woman, this Valyrian explorer, she tried to settle this abandoned city made of black stone that and it says, like in the description, the city was so evil not even the jungle would go near it. And half of her people just fucking vanished overnight.
Jesus Christ.
When they slept over there and they had to fucking bail. There's also a shit ton of diseases in Sithorios. You're basically fucked if you go there.
Like it's literally like a land where you can't conquer it. You can't settle and you can't walk into it and expect.
No,
like,
you're
we're
fucked.
gonna chill here.
There's some people called the Hairy Men, I think, and they're cannibals, and they have like they have a settlement on the coast and they trade with people, but it's like very limited because they're fucking disgusting. And there's actually a story like when Valyria fell. This is like, I don't know how long. This is like 200 years in the future. A little girl, a Targaryen girl, she stole Balerion, the Black Dread, which was he was the last living creature who saw Valyria in its old glory, and he was the largest dragon that the Targaryens owned in Westeros. And she climbed up on him, and she went there. Nobody knew where she was going. She didn't even know where she was going. She was frustrated with her mother, and she had no friends, and she hated everyone. She was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna fly somewhere on Balerion. And there's the chapter in the book that talks about nobody fucking knows where she went, and King Jaehaerys is sending all these spies and informants all across Westeros and the free cities on the coast, on the western coast of Essos, and they're just trying to fucking find her. Nobody knows where she went. Balerion comes back after, like, I think a year or two, something like that, I don't know. And he lands in King's Landing, and the girl is on his back. Her fucking skin is boiling. There's necrosis all over the body. There's the maester that wrote about it in his journal says there were things inside her moving about her broken skin. And he talks about when they tried, she had a really fucking high fever. Her eyes were like bloodshot, and they placed her in a tub of ice, and the worms started fucking screaming and coming out of her, and they had human faces and little arms and shit, and it disturbed him so much that he was like, why would the gods fucking let this happen? He started questioning his fate and shit. And his report, nobody knew what the fuck happened to her for like, I think 100 years until his report was discovered by other maesters, and they read it and were like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, what the fuck? And he posits in his journal that there's only one place she could have gone to, Old Valyria. And there's a lot of tales about Old Valyria being infested by demons and ghosts and wraiths and shit, like eldritch stuff. But I'm getting ahead of myself. They start colonizing everything. They fucking flourish. Everybody fucking hates them. What the coast of Essos, what would later be known as the Free Cities, they started as Valyrian settlements, I believe, if I remember correctly. And what happens? The doom of Valyria starts. But before that, about 2 to 3 years before that, the Targaryens, which are a very minor house, like they're like shit tier in Valyria. One of the Targaryens, I think her name was Alyssa or Alice, something like that. Alyssa the Dreamer, they called her. She had a vision of Valyria fucking falling apart. She's like, guys, we need to get the fuck out of here. We need to mount our fucking ships and get the fuck out of here now. And the Targaryens like, all right, let's fucking go. And all the Valyrians were like, you fucking pussies, you fucking bitches, you're not leaving. You're leaving? Fuck you. Fuck, go fuck a goat, you pieces of shit. And they all spat on them. Fuck you. And they left. And they went to Westeros, where they had a castle called Dragonstone, which they used to trade with the people there, and the Seven Kingdoms, I think, and maybe the Free Cities. They went there. 2 years later, the Doom of Valyria begins. The fucking volcanoes completely implode and start spewing out lava and shit. All of the dragons in Valyria fucking die. All of the noble families and all of the sorcerers fucking die. Everything goes to shit. And you got maybe like 3 to 4 dragons. Among them, Balerion the Black Dread, who is said to be the greatest and biggest dragon in Westeros. Which I have a question about that. If they were a fucking minor noble house, can you imagine what kind of fucking dragons the Valyrians had?
Yeah.
No wonder they conquered, like, they were essentially Rome. But with dragons. And much more racist. And with flesh pits.
Jesus Christ.
So that's...
I never know. I mean, I've never known like the history and shit. I mean, this is. I believe there's a shit ton of more stuff that goes way, way, way deeper than what you just said. But everything that you just explained got me feeling so fucked up. Like it's literally like a fever dream. Martin was probably doing shrooms and a shit ton of weed and psychedelics. Like you can't simply just make all this shit up. Just like
no,
that.
I think he's clean. He's clean. He's clean. He's clean. He doesn't. He's just mentally unhinged.
Whatever it is, I mean, good fucking job. Like honestly, takes talent, or like really, really does take talent. But we'll see. Like I'm really glad that you started like reading Martin, and that you're looking to like broaden your perspective and horizons and shit, because I'm pretty sure that it's going to help you with your book. And so far, as I mentioned previously, I'm very much looking forward to it.
I just don't want to go the George R. R. Martin writing rabbit hole and because what he does really well is the lineages and shit. It's like you read Fire and Blood and it talks about cousins and cousins of cousins and fucking, it's too much. It's too much. I'm too stupid to remember all of that. I'm sure there's people out there who love that shit. I appreciate it, but I'm like, I am not gonna fucking remember this. Like, there's too many fucking, like, even the minor houses. He has, like, I think he showed this in an interview. For every house, minor or major and dead and forgotten and currently ruling, he has fucking lineages written out and shit. I'm not gonna, if I do that, it'll be a very lighter version, because what he's the main point of the Game of Thrones books is, hey, look at this bullshit feudal system, which is based on who came in whose cunt, and who has a claim to this and that. So that he needs to be defined this way.
Listen, the thing is, like, it would be a very, very bad thing if you're, at least from my perspective, if you're a writer, like, everyone should aspire to be original. Sure, everyone's gonna have their inspirations. Yeah. Everyone's gonna get inspired. Yeah. Like all of these things, like the giants laid the foundation. People took inspiration from, just like athletes. Yeah. They take inspiration and learn from other athletes from older generations. They build it up and make it their own.
Westeros is, if you dig a little deeper, it's not that original. It's just Britain. It is literally just Britain. You've got a lot of the ruling Targaryen kings get their inspiration from actual English kings that once ruled, and their policies are even reflected with their inspiration in our real history. And what I like, Game of Thrones, it's really good. It's got really good world building, really good writing. But Westeros is fucking lazy. The map, the how Westeros was drawn, it's fucking horrendous. He literally cut Britain in half, and he flipped the top, and even the wall. It's just Hadrian's Wall. It's literally just fucking Hadrian's Wall. Like, come on, George. You couldn't have made a fucking, I don't know, a moat. Just dug a moat. Fill it with spikes or some shit. Come on, man.
Listen. I completely believe you because you're the one who essentially went through all of that. You've inspected it, investigated, and so on.
I've inspected it.
It's, as you said, everyone draws their inspiration from either real history.
But it's not even inspiration.
Yeah, I know.
It's a fucking wall. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, sure, he says like, oh, it was made by giants and the Northmen and the children of the forest. But it's a fucking wall, Georgie. You could have just, even, I mean, okay, he named it the wall. Props. I'm glad he didn't put like, ooh, Brandon's wall. Thank fucking God. It's literally Hadrian's Wall. Even the Romans, when the Hadrian's Wall was raised, you know what they fucking believed, those retards? You know what they believed? Like, beyond the wall, there's riches, there's gold, there's fucking fairies and shit and giants and stuff. And, oh my fucking God, dude. And it's literally just Scotland. Just shitty old fucking Scotland. Leprechauns and shit. Literally just people, naked people in the woods. Burning people alive for a good harvest. And just cold. And clans and blood feuds. Just literally Afghanistan. But with moss. And blue tattoos and inbreeding. And really bad teeth.
Tremendous. But okay. We've
also White Walkers kind of racist.
We've discussed Game of Thrones for a lot of the episode.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you literally, you know what you asked me?
Yeah, I know.
You know what you literally asked me? How did Rome fall?
I was interested.
Well.
I was interested because I literally didn't know anything about it. Like, I thought it was gonna be a much.
No, it's in depth. It's in depth.
It just goes to show that Martin did a really good job.
Yeah.
Like, props to the man.
I think he doesn't remember half of the shit he's written.
It's fine.
He
can just reread that and be like, I'm a genius.
I don't think he will.
I'm a genius.
You know, there's people shit on him a lot for this, but he is erotically fixated on food descriptions. When you read food descriptions for him that he writes, every time you can't just write, oh, there was some chicken breasts, they were steaming, and they filled the air with the musky smell of steaming wet meat. No, he has to go full on. It's like, I read a food description in the first book. I got a hard on. I was like, God, I'm pre-cumming, man. This fucking pie making me pre-cum, dude. This fucking steaming cherry wine making me want to bust some shit, man. He's making me trifle, man. He's giving me some trifling feelings, man. A lot of people really make fun of him. While we're on the topic of famous fantasy writers, I got to take a shit on Brandon Sanderson.
I have no idea who the fuck that is.
He's a famous writer, and he made a Kickstarter to write a book. How much money do you think he's raised?
Is he like really famous?
He's pretty famous.
What did he have like a goal? Like 50K, 100K, 500K?
Yeah.
What was the goal?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna be generous just because you said he's pretty famous. I'm gonna say that he has like a loyal following, that people like enjoy his work. I'm gonna say that he probably made about like 100K, maybe 200K. If he made less than 200K, then that's sad.
24 million.
Okay. Like, what the fuck? That's not... That's, like, internationally known.
The greatest scheme known to man.
He made 24 mil.
For a fucking book. Of course, people are shitting on him for it, because why do you need 24 fucking million to write a goddamn book?
You know what I'm interested in? Like, if...
I should start a fucking Kickstarter. I should. I don't need 24 million. I need like 24,000. Just so I can put my feet up in the air for like 3 to 4 years. Pump up. I won't even give you a single book. I'll give you like 3 fucking books. 24 fucking million for a book. You gotta be kidding me.
No, that's...
I mean, he is obese, so maybe he needs... And inflation is rising for food prices, so I'll cut him some slack.
Man, 24 mil.
I'll cut him like...
I'll
cut him like 25,000.
Listen, I was probably like... I didn't want to make it like too small of an amount. I was thinking that...
No, you had a rational... your problem is that you approached it rationally. And you didn't account for the stupidity of capitalist consumers. How much fucking money do you need?
I mean, not
he should have
bad,
went to. He should have went to. If he reached 1 million, she should have been like, "All right, no more funding. I'm done, guys.
Yeah. She should have like. That's what I wanted to say.
We'll donate we'll keep it open, and after the first million, we'll donate all the rest to fucking charity and shit.
Like with 24 mil, he could have literally like established his own.
He could have bought farmland in the U.S. just like Bill Gates.
He could have like created his own editorial like company, like for
literally
a publisher. He could have literally like be okay. You've given me 24 mil. What I'm going to do with these 24 mil, I'm gonna write a book, like as promised, and with the rest of the funds, I'm gonna create my own publishing company, and I'm gonna like get all these prospective new writers on the check. Like I'm gonna publish their work.
Yeah.
That could have been so fucking badass.
Yeah.
Like, respect through the roof.
But no, Fat Boy needs his 24 mil to write a fucking... Even if it's 4 books. Even if it's 10 books. I don't give a fuck. You don't need 24 million to write 10 books. What you need is a laptop and a table. Not even a table. You can write a book from your fucking sofa. But no, 24 million. Yeah. It's retarded.
Okay, I'm surprised, and I literally don't know what to say to that.
It's disgusting.
But yeah. So, this entire episode was literally Game of Thrones, and you're just talking a bit about your book and stuff. But that's fine. For those Game of Thrones enjoyers out there, I'm pretty sure they're gonna like the episode. I'm gonna try and clip a couple of I'm gonna clip the entire thing where you ranted about
some shit. The history of Valyria.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably clip that.
Oh yeah, I got some wool socks. I bought some wool socks. They do wonders for fucking blood circulation. Really nice. No, what about you? Let me turn this interview around. What have you been doing? You've been awfully silent about your endeavors, about your labors.
I wasn't. I was simply just
ask me some deep lore shit. How about you explain the Bible?
Oh, this is gonna be a juicy one. So
So-
there was this guy, Jesus, right?
So the Jews fucking betrayed him. And the 13th tribe settled in Serbia, and the God's people. What's been happening with you? What you been doing? We've been scheming and planning and
I wasn't
plotting.
actually scheming anything. Like these 2 months that we literally that we didn't film the podcast. I've been working. I've been on vacation. It was pleasant with the fam. It was a very unique experience. I'm gonna tell the story next time. Like I'm gonna go into details.
You can tell it now.
It's
Or we could save it for more content.
yeah. I'm gonna tell my road trip experience.
We
next
gotta
time.
think about it economically. This is called economic
Not
storytelling.
economically, but you know, this episode
economic storytelling.
was focused on Game of Thrones and
Just talk
minuscule
about it.
stuff.
Just fucking talk about it. Literally, there's no.
like I'm gonna say what I've been doing. Like my 2 months literally passed in working, in well, not as much working. I was also, as I said, on vacation. I've been chilling. I've been reading some books. I've been.
What you been reading?
I've read that book, The Darkest Skies. I feel like shit because you've lent me that book like 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago.
I fucking forgot about that book.
You read the book and you were like, "Hey, give this a read. It's pretty good." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, okay, I'm gonna read it."
What's
and
it
at the
about?
time, I was reading Witcher, like the first book, and
Man, Triss and Jennifer fucking bitches.
I
in the
finished-
Books. They're fucking wenches in the books.
I haven't. I finished the first book, but I haven't continued reading the Witcher series. I'm gonna probably pick that up sometime in the future. But I finished Witcher, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this book a try. Now, this book, the Darkest Sky, it's sort of like a series. It's a 3-piece book, like a trilogy, I believe. There's 2 more books after it. I've almost completed the first book when I've noticed that there's 2 more books. I've Googled it and was like, it's impossible. This story can
I
end
didn't
like
even
here.
know.
Yeah, now you do. There are 2 more books. And I was like, man, I'm just going to leave this book at the last, like, 2 chapters. I'm going to read the end because I was interested in what's happening. I'm going to buy these 2 books down the line. And I've been reading that, and I've been reading your book, like, side by side.
Yeah.
And I told you that your writing is not lacking by any sense. I'm not overhyping it, I'm just saying facts.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm
These
not.
people are going to think it's a masterpiece and it's going to get shit on
It's not.
release.
It's not a masterpiece, but it's good for a casual reader. Now, after that, I came back from vacation. I've been sick a bit. Then work.
Everyone's getting fucking sick.
Yeah, it's the season. Like flu and shit. Like the weather changes. Sometimes, like it's in the morning. It's cold. You overdress. You start sweating.
Yeah.
The wind starts kicking in. You get fucked in the ass. Or you don't dress as well, and you get fucked.
get
So it's
fucked.
the season. But that aside, I've been like, to be honest, guys, we completely put the works on hold. Like we haven't been working
For
on
Cosmic Delirium,
Delirium.
we've had a 2-month pause from development. We burned out.
Yeah, we didn't work at all at that, so I stopped my part of the writing,
Same.
and I played Cyberpunk again, and I got the inspiration to continue writing my part. So I'm back at it.
I heard you watch Edge Runners.
I did.
I didn't.
It's fucked up. I've been depressed for 2 days after
Why?
that.
Everyone got fucked up by that show, man. I'm kind of.
You're not gonna watch it. Fuck that shit.
I'm kind of scared. Should I watch it?
No, you shouldn't.
Are you sure?
It's good, but it's sad.
Is it like a good sad or like a God? I want to
It's-
kill myself.
you know,
sad.
Because
if it's just sad, I don't want to watch it. I
Listen.
want to be fucking sad.
like I'll be completely honest.
You're fucking falling apart, dude.
I've
Are you alright?
skimmed, I've skimmed through Mike Pondsmith's book. so the tabletop RPG game that he has. I've skimmed through it. I don't like the system. The system is not my cup of tea.
A controversial statement by V.
It's not my cup of tea. Like, but I've been. The first tabletop experience that I had was Dungeons and Dragons, like most people do. When you transfer over to a different system, you probably need someone who's well versed in the system to introduce you, to slowly ease you in, to get you hooked up. I've read the rules, I've skimmed through it, I didn't go into details, but it's not my cup of tea. But the thing that I've liked, and the game also, the Cyberpunk game, that the most marvelous piece about Cyberpunk in general is Night City. Like,
It is.
Night City is a place where you can call it the City of Dreams, City of Nightmares, whatever the fuck you want to call it, but it's complete bullshit. Like, you go there, and the only thing as a cyberpunk, like when you go there, you want to start doing all of these gigs, these jobs and shit, your end goal is to become the legend of Night City. And in order to become a legend in Night City, you have to die. You have to do something tremendously big to get your name out there.
Just like L.A.
Hell yeah, cousin. And Night City in general, they portray that in the animated series very good. You never have a happy ending in Night City. Never. So
Just like L.A.
it's a very good series. The animators did a fantastic job. The soundtrack that was used, a lot of these pieces were used from the game.
Nice.
And these songs were on the animated series. So in the animated series,
I want
you
you, I
never-
want you, I want you, I want
You-
I fuck you, I fuck you, I fuck you, I fuck.
I love that song.
You never noticed them before. Some of these people, like the player base, they maybe noticed a couple of these songs, but after you watch the series, these songs hit you in a whole different way. So yeah, the animated series was good. I got fucked in the ass by it.
You got pegged, dude.
Yeah,
You got
yeah,
pegged
it wasn't
in the
good.
ass.
It wasn't good. So
You got cyber pegged.
So that aside, like, the series was good. It sort of like inspired me back to work on my part of the project,
Nice.
which is a great thing.
Nice.
And now I'm back at it. So yeah, all in all, 2 months completely like well spent,
Yeah, we had a good
enjoyable.
rest.
We played fantasy.
Yeah, that's
We got our fix, baby.
we got our
fix.
fucking fix, boys. That's what actually yeah, that's essentially what
If
made
you-
me start writing.
Listen, I think it was 2 or 3 episodes ago,
Yeah.
we talked about that
We did mention something.
fantasy series that we played once,
A certain samurai.
a certain samurai. We sort of decided to like revisit that shit, and we did, and it's tremendous.
We
Like,
kind of did. We kind of dipped our toes.
I'll be completely honest.
Uh-huh.
I told you then that it was fucking amazing. I'm telling you now that the experience, it's different, but it's something that I've needed. Like,
Jesus.
fantasy in general, with you as the game master, completely a great experience.
Glad to hear that.
So that was very much enjoyable. I liked it. There were great moments. Like,
There is some fucked up shit, man.
we had tremendous moments, great amount of
There's some
fun.
Witcher Toussaint soundtracks going off, popping off.
Yeah, the ambience.
Some
was great.
suppressed tears.
Yeah. So we had fun in that. Well, we decided to like switch it up from sci-fi and shit because we were getting burned,
Yeah.
and
We got singed, dude.
we got singed.
You got
and
fucking singed, broski.
And this fantasy shit got us back on the right track,
You-
just
you-
like it always does.
You got us buzzing.
So yeah,
You got us buzzing on God.
a very good experience overall. I loved it. I still love it. That's all I'm gonna say. It's linked with the book.
Yeah. Yeah, your character is essentially in the book as a POV character.
and I'm proud of it.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I won't talk about it.
No, you won't.
I might do when I finish like the third draft of the book. I might do some chapter reads. Like I'll pick, first chapter, third, just here as a sample if people, just for free, if people want to experience it, if people want to see, maybe I should get this. We'll see down the line.
Down the line, there's still shit ton of work to be done, and
we take it easy, just like a wise man once said. No great thing is created suddenly. I think this is a good place to end it.
It is.
You get an hour and 10 minutes from the boys.
Yeah, real talk.
Real talk, man.
The Targaryens, the Game of
The
Thrones,
Targaryens,
the dealings for the past 2 months.
The Targaryens was bussin'. The 2 months were bussin'. Everything was bussin', man.
Well,
what's up? What you laughing at?
We'll try to keep on filming. We'll try.
Well, we won't try. We'll do it.
Yeah, we will.
This time we're back.
We promise. We'll be taking care of that. This is... I've missed this.
Me too, man.
I missed this. And... yeah, it's good to be back.
It's good to be back, motherfuckers.
Well, to all of the listeners and
cosmic deliriites. The deliriites. Listen here, deliriites. Our army of deliriites.
Thank you for tuning in.
The foreign Malaysian army. Thanks you for your service.
Of course. And
thank you for listening.
Much appreciated.
Much appreciate, motherfuckers. Well, you tell you something. You go out there when you're in traffic, when you're going to your job. If you listen to this in the morning or in the evening before you go to bed, or when you're trying to take some time from your lady wife who keeps fucking yapping and complaining about bullshit, you remember me. There's a plan. Stick to the plan. And you better pick the good side when it comes to it, man.
Okay, fuck this.
Something's gonna happen,
Fuck
man.
this. The digits, man.
You think the Rothschilds are gonna pull any punches? You're fucking mistaken, man. There's gonna be blood on the streets, man.
It's been a great podcast. We're glad once again, and we thank you.
Gonna be a lot of lead casings in Vermont.
We'll be trying to post at least one podcast per week.
Yeah,
and
we'll be trying to prep.
We'll see you next time.
Go to the hills, trust me. The hills are cosmic.
Delirium podcast.
That's the game.
Thank you.
Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye.